I think this is going to be the strongest deck in Standard. I'm just going to say it. Do you, a Magic player, want to overwhelm your opponents with huge creatures on turn 2 and beat them? Look no further than this deck. This may be very technical, so if you guys don't really want to get into that part and just get to the playing, you can skip a bit. The concept began with Leyline of the Guild Pact, which states as follows: if this card is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. Each non-land permanent you control is all colors, and lands you control are every basic land type in addition to their other types. And I bring you Wildvine Pummeler, the common. Vivid. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each color among permanents you control. It has reach and trample, and it is a 6/5. Devastating Onslaught. This is quite special. 1 red and 2 X. It says, create X tokens that are copies of target artifact or creature you control. In this case, it would be the Pummeler, so that people can't deal with it. Those tokens gain haste. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. Ashling Rekindled. Whenever it enters or transforms into Ashling Rekindled, discard a card. If you do, draw a card. At the beginning of your first main phase, you can pay 1, and if you do, transform Ashling. Back says, whenever this creature transforms into Ashling, and at the beginning of your first main phase, add 2 mana of any one color. Spend this mana only to cast spells with value 4 or greater. At the beginning of your first main phase, you can pay red to flip it back. This is super good. The back of this, it works very well with the Pummeler, because the Pummeler is technically a 7 mana cost spell. You can get 2 green with this, possibly 2 Pummelers in the same turn. On turn 3, maybe 3 or 4, something like that. And it's like, whenever this creature enters, it deals X damage to target creature an opponent controls, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. So it's a 1/1 for that much. Leyline, deal 5 damage for 2 mana. It's insane. This makes all of your creatures gain hexproof from any color. Then I have 2 board wipes because it's kind of obligatory. So unfortunately. Then the Squawk Roaster. Oh, this card at first I thought was kind of bad, but then I realized it had double strike, and it was like, oh, so good. So its power is equal to the number of colors, and it has double strike. Simple as that. It's super good. A really good target for copy spells. Now, Prismatic Undercurrents. Whenever it enters, Vivid, so I look for up to 5 basic lands, usually, put them into my hand, and reveal them. And I can play an additional land on each of my turns. This is really good for getting to the upper level spells if I need to, if I really am struggling for colors. It's just super nice. And then there's Sonar. Oh, another reason why I built this deck. This Vivid ability is so good. So Sonar, 4 mana, 2 hybrid blue or red, and 2 colorless. For a 2/4 Goblin Sorcerer, who says, at the beginning of your first main phase, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X non-land cards, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. For each of those colors, you may exile a card of that color from among those cards revealed. Then shuffle. You may cast them this turn. So this is a really good pseudo card advantage, or I guess it just is card advantage. If you're kind of low on mana, you can maybe get a Prismatic Undercurrents or an Explorer or something. Or you can just run into one of your heavy hitters, which would be the Stomper or Pummeler, sorry. Or some other stuff that we'll get to in a minute. But yeah, it's just super supportive. It's a really supportive, decent cost and everything. So we already went over the Leyline, 4 of those, easy, super easy include. Shimmer Creep. Now this is where it gets interesting. Our first payoff card, other than the Pummeler. So this one has 5 mana, 1 black, sorry, I'm getting all the colors mixed up. 1 black and 4 colorless. It is a 3/5 with Menace. And it says, whenever this creature enters, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. I would say in my mind that this is like the Grey Merchant of Asphodel, for all of you who have played this for years. Drains each opponent for the amount of black pips you have on the field. So it's like, usually it's like 10, because people love building around that deck. So that's kind of what I was seeing in this card, and I figured I would use it, and it is great. Especially if you can make some copies of it with Devastating Onslaught. That's like Chef's kiss. Amazing. Next, so this is 3 Simic hybrid and 2 generic. Vivid. At the beginning of combat on your turn, another target creature you control enters with +1/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. This is busted. You play the Pummeler, then on turn 5, maybe earlier even with Ashling, maybe even as early as turn 4, you could play it, or maybe 3, but probably not. So turn 3 or 4, you can play the Glister Baron after you've played the Pummeler, and it makes it so that it's an 11/11 on turn 3 with Trample. Too good. Too good. So next, our first, finisher is Mirror Form. It can turn each non-land permanent you control into another target non-aura permanent. So obviously, as we know, we turn it, all of our ley lines, all of our little cheap guys into pummelers, and then we smash face, as you do, because this is pretty much just a green-red deck, but rainbow. We're not fooling anybody. Anyway, so that's the Mirror Form. Then there is the Aurora Awakener. 7 mana, 1 green, 6 generic, for a 7/7 with Trample. Vivid. Whenever this creature enters, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X permanent cards, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. Put any number of permanent cards onto the battlefield, then put the rest of the revealed cards at the bottom of your library in a random order. This card finishes games. You play this, if you have 5 colors, they will concede. That is pretty much my general situation with this. So you play this and you win. That's simple as that. And then there's the 4 pummelers, obviously. And then there's a Dream Harvest. This is kind of like my fun play, because I just like doing stuff like this, especially with decks that are evil and I hate them. Life gain, I'm talking to you. So 2 Dimir hybrid, and then 5 generic. For a sorcery that says each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they have exiled cards with a total mana value of 5 or greater this way. Until end of turn, you may cast those cards without paying their mana cost. So yeah, that's the deck. Shall we get into the games then? Ooh, okay. I will also play green card. Oh, he might do a punch. Oof, that would suck. Llanowar Elves deals combat damage deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. Because there are so many of those now. I knew it. I knew it. Oh, so good. Can't Felling Blow this bitch. Friend. What are you gonna do? Return it to my hand? Yep, I knew it. Nice. It's the best he can do in this circumstance. Let's do this. And then this. Return 2 creatures, please. I wouldn't be surprised if he had another Exclusion Mage. By the way, cards like this are weak. Yeah, this is like the same deck as the other guy. Literally the same format. All right. We got 1 more green. That'll do it. All right. Okay. So let's do this. Red. And then we can just do this. And then we do the pummeler. 11-10. Right at face, please. Thank you. So, if he has an Evolving Wilds, this kind of sucks. However, if he doesn't, that's nice. Nice. I can take that. Oh, that's not so nice. It's 16, isn't it? I can block 7? So I'd take 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 exact? No way, dude. Okay. I think I can just block 3 of it and then win, right? Please don't have a buff spell that makes it exactly... Okay, we're good. We are good. We're fine. I win. I know they tell you not to celebrate your victories too early, but I kind of got to do... I could math this, actually. So if I make a copy of the Glister Baron, it would be +5/+5 twice. So it's 16 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hell yeah. We're doing it. Good game, my brother. Good game. There we go. That's how you do it. We pretty much had a rematch, and I won because I actually drew the cards I needed. That was close, though. That was like really, really close. I feel like I'm in like a harder lobby. Does that make any sense? Okay. This is terrible. This is better. Oh, way better. Okay. What do I take out even? Blight Rot, I guess? No, I go second again? That sucks. Oh, I should have done it the other way around. Now I take 2 extra life for no reason. Heh, suck it. Never mind. It was a good idea anyway. There we go. Boom. Should have played Tam first, to be honest. Turn 2, 6/5 with trample and reach. See, he's looking at the card. They don't believe it. Finally, at long last, I find a meta. It's probably existing already. There's some guy who's like, I studied all the metas months before it came out. I actually talked to a guy who developed the set. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to make this in here. He's like, so make a deck off that. But with no insider knowledge, I have come up with a great idea. But I need mana. That would be nice. All right. Well. Okay, the mana problem is a little tricky. Can't destroy target attacking or blocking creature anymore, can you? Because I have Tam. Yeah, I'm not blocking that, because you're going to destroy it. Okay, no, this sucks. No third land? Really? I have the right amount? Usually we try to kill them before they get the Day of Judgment. A third land. I always knew you'd be there. I think we can do this. Okay. We need to draw cards. Or put them into our graveyard by milling 3. That would work too. Ooh, nice. You bastard, though. That's not cool. Okay, maybe Kithkin is like my mortal enemy? Possibly. Possibly. Maybe. Also, who whited out the back of this card? What? Okay, so here we go. That's not the greatest, but, you know, could be worse, I guess. He's gonna kill it now, and I'm gonna take 1 damage, because it makes sense. Or he's gonna attack with both. Interesting. Okay, nice. Now I will play the Glister Baron. We wait, I guess. I don't know. What do you have to cast? Oh, I guess he has the Pennant. Right. You can just grab the Banneret. That sucks. Nice. He has no buff spell. He literally just leaked that he doesn't have a buff. That's awkward. But okay. Let's take out the mirror form. As much as I love that spell. Let's do this and this. So draw a card and he's tapped down. Okay, so we need 2 more mana somehow. We can do Brigid for short. I think we can stabilize from this though. Yeah, it seems like he kind of has garbage in his hand. Now that is definitely a stabilizing card. For sure. Without a doubt. Yeah, I can just do the Awakener next turn, actually. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. And we'll be able to get 3 permanents. Ooh, his deck might be green-white, and he just can't get green. That would suck. Because it seems like he's playing, like, Kithkin, but not really, like, I don't know. Not Lorwyn exclusive. Dude, come on, man. I don't have all day. Actually, I kind of do. Well, he lost. So, Now we have 2 wins, but that one didn't feel like a win, so we, Okay. Not bad, not bad. I have some removal. The Ashling. Also, have not gone first in too long. I need to go first for this deck to feel especially good. Hell yeah. That's what we need. That's the kind of stuff we need. Okay, auto tap now, because I was wrong the first time. We'll keep that Blood Crypt there because we kind of need the mana. Bye-bye, Zhong. I'm sorry. Your time in Season 1 was too short. Now we have 2 creatures. We're doing pretty good. I think we can play the Prodigy and the Explorer next turn. So I have this Blood Crypt. Oh, another Zhong. He's back for Season 2. You want to kill Ashling? Be my guest. What could he have? Oh, okay. Firebending lesson. Got it. That makes sense. I don't really need the creature other than just the ETB effect, to be honest. Oh. I think the Pummeler might be the counter to... It might, just maybe, counter the Is It Lessons deck. Nah. If you have the Boomerang, then no. In almost any other situation, it works. Oh, interesting. Okay, we'll do this. Meet a Vault token. Go ahead, take a look. All right, that makes sense. Ooh, nice. Okay. Oh, that wasn't enough to kill him. Oof. That's rough. Oh, and then mirror form? Oh, he would have been dead. Look at this. Mirror form, turning every one of these into a pummeler. He would have been way gone. Okay, that was like turn 4 or 5? I think it might have been turn 5. Okay, so my last thoughts before we finish off this episode is I think the deck has a high amount of potential. Maybe not in my hands, but I just wanted to share it anyway because I think it's great. And I think one of you out there could make something great from it. If you don't want to do that, give me suggestions in Standard and I will listen to all of them and I will try all of them if I can.